Well, we're starting a new unit on the parts around circles. So in order to do that, we need to be able to talk about the parts of a circle. So this is a little primer on just like the different pieces of a circle. So take a moment, pause the video, and draw this circle that I drew here, circle called M with all these points on it, especially with these line segments. Now, I'm going to talk about the different parts of the circle, and there are three things we need to talk about. There are arcs, there are different kinds of segments, and then there are angles. And so starting with arcs, an arc is a part of the circumference. And we can talk about arcs as two different kinds of arcs. There are minor arcs, which are less than 180 degrees, and there are major arcs. So take, for instance, this arc here, which is between points C and D. That's obviously less than the entire circle. So arc CD is a minor arc, and we would write CD, and then we would put an arc symbol over it, just like we do with a line segment, only this is more of an arc. Here, let me do it again. CD, an arc symbol. A major arc would be something more like if we went from, let's say, point D all the way around to point B. That would be a major arc. That's more than 180 degrees. Okay, so the way that we write about a major arc, we can't just call it arc DB or BD because we would be talking about the minor arc. We have to name a third point. So we could call it arc DEB or DFB or DAB. Let's call it arc DAB because that's funny, because everybody knows how to dab. Okay, so there are major arcs and minor arcs. There are also different kinds of segments. We know about diameters and radii already. So of course a diameter here would be, in this picture, the only one that's drawn is segment FC. So segment FC is a diameter, and there are two radii. There's MD and MC, but let's just, let's name them. Yeah, MD is a radius, and MC a radii. Chords, however, are important, and these are line segments that are not a radius or a diameter, basically. You can see chords like FE is a chord, and you can see that FB is a chord, because they're not going through the center of the circle. So FE and FB, and we're going to talk more about chords later this week. Finally, there are angles. There are central angles and inscribed angles. Central angles are angles where the vertex is the center of the angle, like this angle here, which I could call angle CMD. Angle CMD is a central angle. In fact, any angle where M is the vertex is a central angle, DMF, and so on. Inscribed angles are angles where the vertex is on the circumference of the circle. See them here? Here's an inscribed angle, CFE. Angle CFE is an inscribed angle because F is on the circumference. So is BFC, angle BFC. The last thing to talk about is that central angles that we've just been looking at, the measurement of a central angle, let's just say this is a 30-degree angle. I can measure an arc in the same exact way. So arc CD, I could say, is 30 degrees. And that would mean that arc DF is 150 degrees because these are a linear pair, and so they make 180. And CF is a semicircle, so arc DF would have to be the supplement to 130, or I'm sorry, to 30, so 150 degrees for arc DF.